Hi guys, this is Jesse, your friendly Brocado Network educator coming at you, and we wanted to share some new information about Brocado's Professional Supersilk. And this is a service that we've been doing in the salon for a while now that we introduced that's been phenomenal for a revenue generator. It's a professional smoothing service that lasts 8 to 12 weeks with our consumers, and it's been absolutely incredible. But now we want to introduce you to a new option called Supersilk Express. Supersilk Express is a quicker service for the salon that can be completed in tandem with a haircut. So let's take a look at what this process looks like. So what is it and what's the point? Well, this is an in-salon smoothing service. This is actually done as an add-on service on the fly with your existing haircuts that you're doing in the salon. There's no need to add on any more inventory. You probably already have all the pieces that are necessary to make this work in your salon. So there's no more investment. And this is completed in tandem with a haircut, and there's no extra booking time actually needed for this. So it's already one extra step. You're already doing the haircut, and it becomes really easy to add into your repertoire in the salon. The durability for this is going to be about 4 weeks. So where the traditional Supersilk is going to last about 12 weeks, this is going to last about 4 weeks, making it a great try-on service in the salon for your guests. So give them control of that hair and give them a taste of what it tastes like, and then they can usually step up to the traditional Supersilk. So here's what the process looks like. This is our model, Michelle, and Michelle has chemically overprocessed hair. She's a professional model, and that hair's actually been lightened to a very light stage and then darkened back to a dark stage again, leaving those ends really dry and overprocessed. And there's tons of mechanical damage because she's been flat ironing, trying to get a lot of control out of it, and it's created a lot of dryness and issues on those ends. Lots of frizz, in an inconsistent lazy wave pattern, so she can't go one direction or the other with a curl. It's very difficult to pull out, but it jumps back up and gets very curly again. She has very fine hair, so when she flat irons it, it becomes very staticky, or it also becomes very humidity reactive. So some of the benefits that she's going to have from this Supersilk Express are smooth texture, very flexible curl, humidity resistant, so even if she hits a little bit of moisture, that hair is not going to get crazy, frizzy, and curly all over again. Incredible shine, and frizz-free, of course. Here's the finished result with Michelle. You can see happy, healthy, shiny hair that has a lot of body and movement still to it, and a ton of shine. So let's take a look at the process. So step one is to shampoo and treat the hair. We're starting out by shampooing Michelle's hair with the Supersilk purifying shampoo, and this is a sulfate and paraben free shampoo that gently cleanses and removes the residue and the impurities from the hair, allowing us for the optimum uptake of the Supersilk solution. You want to make sure when you do this that you work up a good lather in the hair, especially with our consumers that are using a lot of silicones and oils in the hair. That's going to prevent the uptake of the Supersilk solution. So you can shampoo it up to 3 times in a row to make sure that the hair is nice and purified. Then you're going to want to treat the hair. And here we're just going to treat the hair with kernel interrupted treatment. You could also use saturate treatment in the same place of. Both of those contain no silicone, so it's not going to impede the uptake of the Supersilk solution in the hair. They both have a pH of 5, leaving the hair in absolutely great shape. Here we're using curl interrupted treatment because it contains shea butter, which restores the balance of the hair's internal moisture, and it's very vital before you actually apply the Supersilk, especially when you're working on chemically overprocessed hair, that you do use one of these 2 treatments, because they're going to balance out the internal moisture, or the natural moisture factor that happens between the microfibers of the hair inside the cortex. Because once the hair becomes dehydrated and that moisture factor is gone, it becomes proteinaholic and absorbs the amino acids and proteins in the place of, causing the hair to feel a little bit brittle and dry. So these offset that by pre-treating them beforehand. Just put it in, let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, and simply rinse it smooth. Step 2, you're going to take your guest back to the chair, and here's where we're going to actually do the solution application and just proceed with the haircut. Here we're going to put up to about 15 sprays of the Supersilk solution into Michelle's hair, and you can see as we were combing it, those ends are really rough and dry and still have a lot of room to improve. So here we just apply the Supersilk spray, about 15 sprays throughout the whole hair, no special partings, just apply it to the hair. Make sure you work it through thoroughly with a comb. Start with a large size and work on down to the small size of the comb. And because of the pH of the product, what will happen is the cuticle of the hair will just slam nice and shut. So you'll see in a moment here as the Supersilk sets in Michelle's hair, is that the combability becomes much better and better, and it becomes very fluid as we proceed throughout the whole hair. And then the combing of doing the haircut, as we proceed with the haircut, it really spreads the Supersilk throughout the whole hair and makes sure that each hair fiber it comes in contact with, so that you're getting a good stretch and a good exposure and letting the Supersilk populate inside the cortex of the hair fiber. So just proceed with the haircut. Love using this because of the spray-on factor in the hair. We use it in the salon religiously when we do this, and spray it into the hair and just get a good combability and make sure that it comes in contact with every fiber. That pH leaves the hair in phenomenal shape, and it reduces the drying time for our guests, as well as reducing any of that curl. So just proceed with the haircut, do it like you normally would, and then move on to step 3. Step 3 is where we're going to give the red carpet blowout and flat iron. And here you can see Christina is using Cloud9 blowout. She's going to use a generous amount, about the size of a quarter, is going to work really well. And Cloud9 blowout is a vegetable-based protein that leaves the hair feeling 3 times stronger, but it speeds up your blow dry time by about 30%. So this is going to eliminate any of that drag feel that we traditionally feel with our Supersilks. This is going to give it a faster, more fluid blow dry in the hair with no weight, no residue, or product feel in the hair. And Christina's going to be blow drying this hair once she combs it through. You can see she's applying it to mid shaft and ends and just working it through, and then she's going to comb it through, making sure that the product comes in contact with every fiber on the head. And then she's going to section out the hair and give it a red carpet blow dry, meaning we're going to use a blow dryer with a nozzle, focus the air down the shaft of the hair, making sure the cuticle is nice and flat and shiny. And we're going to use our Brocado oval brush, and the oval brush is unique because, one, it has an oval back to it, so as you're blow drying you get a little bit more of a modern feel to the hair rather than that round brushed, very big and bouncy feel to the hair. It's just a little bit more modern and a little bit more fluid. The paddle side of the brush is going to give you lots of airflow and help you work through that hair really quickly, getting a lot of blow dry. And then the boar bristle side is going to give you the stretch and the polish that you traditionally need when you're blowing out that curly hair and that incredible shine. So she's just going to rotate through and give that red carpet blow dry of a lifetime, section by section on Michelle's hair. So once that's done, you're going to want to move to flat ironing the hair and just a quick touch up. And here you can see Christina's just using the Actives Hair Infusion. This is a combination of maru oil, palm kernel oil, flaxseed, and rosehip. Those are all essential fatty acids that keep the hair nice and hydrated inside the cortex of the hair, and acai oil and vitamin E, which are really strong antioxidants that are going to smooth out the cuticle but also prevent color from aging or fading. She's going to go through the hair with a oscillating flat iron that has a temperature no higher than 380, and she's just going to do 2 to 3 passes using large sections, using the boar bristle side of the oval brush, just to make sure that we have some nice polish to that hair and seal in the Supersilk solution. So no real small sections, not tons of passes, just 2 or 3. Give it a little twist off the ends just to keep it bouncy and movable in the hair. So let's just recap what the steps are. Step 1, you're going to shampoo and treat the hair. Probably no different than what you're currently doing with your haircuts at the moment. Step 2 is apply up to 15 sprays of the Supersilk solution. No real partings, just make sure you work it through the hair really well, and then proceed with the haircut. From there, just give it a red carpet blowout and the flat iron of a lifetime. So as you can see, the really only different step that we're adding here is the Supersilk solution to what you're probably currently doing with your current haircuts. It's really just that simple and just that easy in the salon. For home maintenance, what your guest is going to want to do is, one, she can make sure they understand they can shampoo their hair right away following the service. So they don't have any downtime. If they want to shampoo that night, they can, or if they want to wait till the next day. Here, what we suggest is the perfect trifecta of products using the Pure Indulgent Supersilk Shampoo, the Supersilk 8X, as well as the leave-in treatment. So shampoo the hair, condition in the shower, jump out of the shower, spray the hair, and towel dry out the hair really well first, and spray the hair with 8X, which has 8 times the protein than traditional over-the-counter sprays. And then finish off with your Pure Indulgence leave-in treatment, a pea size, and work it through the hair. This is a synergistic blend of silk amino acids and shine-enhancing oils that give it a phenomenal finish to the hair. This is what we highly recommend to our guests at home to elongate the life of the Supersilk treatment or the Supersilk Express in the hair shaft. So your opportunities with Supersilk and how you can maximize and take advantage of this is really simple. So here's what the math looks like. So in a bottle of Supersilk solution, there's 450 sprays. You're going to use on average up to 15 sprays. Now, you'll find that not every head requires 15 sprays, some require 10, but no more than 15 is really necessary. That's going to get you about 30 services, and as an add-on price of $35 or more in the salon, that can equal out to about $1,050 or more behind the chair. I can tell you in our salon, we charge $50 for this, and so obviously the number is going to be a little bit higher and a little bit easier, but if you think about it, we're really only adding one extra step from what we're currently doing with their haircut and adding a lot of money to the bottom line. So it makes it fast, quick, and easy, and one of the most wonderful services that you can start in the salon. So one of the ways that you can start this conversation is just to ask the guest, if I could give you control of your texture, would you be interested? And it really, you'd be surprised at how often the guest is just not aware of this as an opportunity, and making it cost effective makes it so much easier, and just letting them know that this is an opportunity. This is also a great way for your junior stylist to stay busy and keep them busy behind the chair and income producing as well. And we found when we introduced this in our salon, we offered it to all of our haircut guests, and we had a 50% close ratio with this with our guests. So now our guests are asking for it rather than us offering it as a service, as a add-on service. They're actually calling and booking a Supersilk Express with their haircuts as well. So just offering it to everybody and making them aware is a really great way to be able to build your ticket. Very fast, quick, and easy. So here's Michelle after. Super happy, healthy, shiny hair. So incredible, shiny, has a lot of movement to the hair, but the one thing that always drives me a little bit crazy is when I see these finished results and I go, yeah, I can put something on the hair to smooth it out. Actives does a beautiful job. I can flat iron in its place, and anybody could blow dry hair and make it look like that. What does this really do for the guests? So I asked Michelle via Facebook about 3 weeks later what she thought of her hair, and you can see obviously from our dialogue and our conversation, stronger, smoother, shinier, absolutely wonderful hair. So I asked her if she could just shoot a selfie picture of herself. This is her 3 weeks later. She just shampooed and conditioned the hair using the perfect trifecta of products: the Pure Indulgence shampoo, sprayed in the 8X, and the leave-in treatment. Blow dried the hair using the paddle side of the oval brush, and no flat iron on the hair. And you can see the reflective, shiny hair is still there, and it's happy and it's healthy, and it's still very much a viable service that we can offer in our salon that has benefits to our guests. So I want to encourage you to really think about adding this to your menu of services in the salon. It's a really great way to be a ticket builder and really grow your Supersilk business and your long-term business in the chair. So if you have any questions, I know you're going to love this just as much as we do, but if you have any questions, feel free to email us at bercato@butopiallc.com.